Hello, everybody, and welcome to the broadcast. Danny Chanod from Nobody Cares Sports Network, working with LocalLive.tv for the 36th annual Warren Jaques Memorial Basketball Game. It's the second game in a doubleheader between the boys in a blue and gray game, North versus South. The girls' game was first, and I'll tell you what, it was the blue squad that came up with the victory. But I'm going to introduce you right now to my broadcast team, rising stars in the business and two tremendous basketball minds here in the Staten Island, New York City community. Coach Ray Palma, rising star in the broadcast booth, and once again, Doug Elwell joining us. Boys, welcome to the broadcast.
Great to be here, Danny, here at St. Peter's with a packed house. What is one of our best traditions, the Jaques game, and all the all-time greats have played in it. And the guy to my right was the star of his own Jaques game, if I remember correctly. And just a great night, and welcome to be here at St. Peter's, Doug.
Yeah, same thing. I get a little nervous when I get into this gym sometimes because of all the past memories I have in this place. But
well, you're a Farrell Lion, for those that don't know at home, and bitter rivals of St. Peter's
all-time leading scorer in Monsignor Farrell history. If you don't know, to check the record.
Shots fired.
Thank you guys for all the love. I appreciate it. But no, this is a timeless tradition we have here in Staten Island. Great event. Catholic school, public school guys play on the same team, playing against each other, which is great. I know the girls was a little different this year because the Catholics and the publics didn't really play each other. So first action within each other. These guys kind of play each other with the Staten Island High School League and stuff. So it's exciting just to be able to get in here and see some good basketball. Some really good basketball players in here tonight. Some great college players in the future. We got some Federation champions in here with Monsignor Farrell winning the Federation championship last weekend. So good stuff all around with both groups.
Well, we're excited about this matchup tonight. We talked about it earlier about how these schools don't play each other during the regular season, but they did see each other in the Staten Island High School League tournament. Shout out to Charlie D. and Danny Lee. Tremendous job putting that tournament together. It gave these players an opportunity to see each other for the first time. And what a tournament it was as the St. Peter's Eagles won the Staten Island tournament over the St. Joseph by the Sea Vikings in a championship game. Now tonight we're going to see all-stars from all around Staten Island, players from schools like here in St. Peter's Eagles, McKee Staten Island Tech, the Curtis Warriors are representing, the Tottenville Pirates, College of Staten Island, CSI McCown, right? That's the name of that.
That is correct.
High school, right? So for some people at home that might have moved away from Staten Island or unfamiliar, it's a new high school out here. Eagle Academy as well. Farrell High School on the map here today. Moore Catholic, C. Newdorp, Susan Wagner. I miss anybody?
You're reading from the list. I don't know, but I thought you were going off the head for a second.
Anybody from Port Richmond out here today? I don't know.
Yes, we have some Port Richmond. Yes. We have Jaden D'Antoni and Fahmi Ali from Port Richmond playing today as well.
Absolutely. So that rounds up all the Staten Island schools. So there are representatives from everybody.
And I mean, as you get old, you feel old. Danny made me feel old describing CSI as new. I was the head coach there for 9 yeyears, and Danny Lee's been the head coach for 7 years. Wow. So it's been there for at least 16 years.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I've been in a coma.
Yeah.
Right?
And you haven't been a coach. It's how time flies, how life works. When you're having fun, doing what you love.
You're right.
Especially when like Danny Lee and myself and Doug Elwell and Polly, if you love what you're doing, it's fun.
Well, we're just going to pause right now for our nation's national anthem.
So talk about being a long time ago.
Right.
One of the things that I just remembered with Ray was talking about CSM McCowan is when Ray and Elliott took over at CSM McCowan, I actually was at Wagner College, and I came down and practiced with them a couple of times when Kwame and JoJo Ojo was on that team. So, you know, we all kind of go into the same circles, and we all kind of help each other out over the years, which has been great. And hopefully these players that are playing today, players that played a couple years ago, they come back and do the same kind of things and get back involved in the community so that we can continue the cycle of having that.
I appreciate the memory, too. Live in the moment with these kids. You know, there's a lot of filming, and then you'll see phones out. You know, I just hope these kids live in the moment enough to appreciate it and enjoy it. This is special. You don't get this. There's no Jaques game in Queens.
No,
you know, there's no Jaques games in Manhattan. There's no Jaques game in the Bronx.
Nope.
This is special to Staten Island. And as I always try to make sure I do once a broadcast, shout out to Danny Chanod and Nobody Cares Sports. If not for us, if not for Danny, this wouldn't be here. Doug and I just show up and talk. Danny does everything else.
You know what Danny does? Danny takes selfies.
And he loves selfies. I've been yelled to smile, so I will smile maliciously.
Let's go. That's got to be
showing a lot of teeth.
That's going to be a good one.
Showing tons of teeth on that one. All right. So, yeah.
Dude, this is going to be a good one.
All right. So,
shout out to the cable guy. You still look like a hostage.
I look like a serial killer as opposed to a hostage. I think I've upgraded.
That's going to be Mark D. Cristoforo's favorite picture of you. Shout out to Mark D. He is the football coach here, the varsity team, and the athletic director here at this beautiful school.
Also, Dan, why does Ray look like he goes here? He looks like he's 17 right now.
Yeah, well,
Ray, are you an undercover cop going back to school here?
Like 21 Jump Street style. I mean, that would be fun. Fantastic movie and the sequel, both great.
You're like in the 1980s when they would pass like 40-year-old actors for like freshmen in high school.
Yeah. Doug, look at the stage. Like, look at the Richie Potter and Charlie DBA's.
There's nothing but Staten Island
Danny
legends here
Lee,
tonight.
Timmy Gannon, Charlie Donahue, Troy McGee, Ray McNewski back there. A DJ Medley on the mic, like that's just quite the all-star cast of just people that I have a tremendous amount of respect for.
And I know I was listening to the game in the car on the way here, the girls' game. What a phenomenal game that was. You got every coach on Staten Island's here watching their players play. You know their parents, obviously the kids' parents are here, but just basketball fans are here as well because this is like I said, this is a tradition. This is something that you 5 years from now maybe you don't remember every single kid, but you remember oh listen, you know what? Remember that time that Xavier Barrow threw the alley-oop to Graziano? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some different things like that, some cool stuff.
So, something we just want to give a shout-out to the boys winner of the Jaques Award this year. There's 2 winners.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen very often, but it did, in fact, happen this year. Christian Greeley, stud guard out of the South Shore, St. Joseph by the Sea Vikings, the recipient. And on the North Shore, it was Kadir Martin, a power forward for the St. Peter's Eagles, taking the award as well. And what they're talking about on the PA address announcement is the Warren Jaques Memorial Committee was organized in 1948. The purpose was to perpetuate the memory of a wholesome person and a fine athlete through Staten Island high school basketball. Warren Jaques was one of the outstanding basketball stars in the New York area during the late 30s. He was also a skilled baseball player. Unfortunately, his promising career in sports was ended in 41. He died from injuries sustained in an accident while serving in his country for the U.S. Army. Warren's former teammates at St. Peter's High School formed the association that bears his name. The founders include Jack Casey, Joe Kiernan, Ed Lawless, John Maloney, Jack McGinley, Ed Mulholland, Bill Mulligan, Buddy O'Grady, Mike O'Neill, Bob Pavis, John Tiggy, Mike Tiggy, and Joe Tracy. Today, the Warren Jaques Memorial Committee still does its thing till this day, 36 years later after starting the game in 1985. We're still out here today, and Nobody Cares Sports is on the call. Ray Palma, Danny Chanod, Doug Elwell, Team Gray versus Team Blue. There's a little backstory for you. I'm super hyped. Let's get it.
2 young up-and-coming referees getting a nice assignment tonight in a varsity-level game. Awesome to see Frankie Schettino and Rex Dolvolani. 2 great up-and-coming young officials.
I was just going to say the same thing, Dougie. 2 guys that can handle coaches. They can talk, especially I know Frankie well from being a player. So this is great. Here we go, Danny. We're live, and the Jaques game has begun.
Well, there you go. Christian Greeley, the part recipient of the award, handles it from the start, sending it over right side now.
What a 5
for the Gray side.
Oof, this is a nice 5 for the Gray team.
Yeah, they certainly went with the stock lineup to start it off.
And that's also a shout out to number 7, Ryan Cambria, who's not really a Staten Island High School League player, but plays for Staten Island Academy, so get some love in this game as well.
We're Staten Island. This is not a Staten High School event, Doug. This is a Staten Island
100%,
event, and I love it.
100%.
It's Eagle Academy, also not part of the league, but represented here in the tournament.
Love it.
Love every single second of it. Down the other end, Scalisi with it. He had a big year for the Farrell Lions. Gives it. Alex G drives baseline and lays it in.
Did these guys have practice, Coach Elwell? That was a 1-4 set with the back door. That was pretty.
Knowing
nice.
Coach Woods, they definitely had practice.
Down the other end, there is
6
a
a.m.
miss underneath in the paint. Won't go from Xavier Barrow. And we're going to have a double dribble called. First turnover of the game, boys.
And known the kid most of his life, Alex Chi, big fan of the Chi family dribble. Headed to Mount St. Vincent's, played for my guy Khalil Shorter. Real happy to see that.
Fantastic.
Great school. Great. If you've ever seen it, it's a beautiful campus right there, outside, right outside Manhattan. A beautiful place and a great place for Alex can flourish for the next 4 years.
And Danny just mentioned PJ Scalisi's name. Shout him out, man. He should be first team All-State in the single A Catholic League. And maybe All-State altogether in the A. Just won the Federation Championship, first team in the history of Staten Island to win a Federation State Championship.
Yeah, I just want to go through the great lineup right now. Greeley, Graziano, Barrow, Cambria, and Cangiano, the starting 5 for the Gray. Shout out Cosmo Cangiano, one of the greatest names in high school sports. I've told you this.
Yep, another Cosmo, his team, Moore Catholic, won the State Catholic League B Championship and lost in the semifinals of the Federation. So shout out to Moore and Cosmo for getting all the way there too.
Here is a deep 3 from Greeley, won't go, and it's rebounded by Squad Blue. PJ Scalisi comes up with it.
We'll announce, where we know a guy's going to college. We'll talk about it. But I'll tell you, 2 guys that are uncommitted is the best twosome on the island, or at least arguably with
Greeley and Graziano.
With Greeley and Graziano. Thank you, Dougie.
No problem.
Both uncommitted. So I'm not sure what the colleges here across the United States are doing, but they're making a massive mistake if they're not going out there and aggressively recruiting these kids. 2 absolute studs off of our island that are going to make some college really happy over the next 4 to 5 years.
Barrel with it now, setting up the offense. Good defense here for Blue getting back. Here is a 3. Comes up short, tripping a little bit as he took the shot. Is number 7, Ryan Cambria. Long shot down the other end, rebounded by Graziano. He gives it to his counterpart from the Vikings, Greeley. Driving baseline, stutter step, back to the basket, back up to Graziano, back to Greeley in the corner. You wonder if the Vikings are going to pass to anybody else. Greeley sends it to Barrow. The ball's tipped, but they maintain possession. Gray throws it up. Cambria with a bucket.
Good for him. Strong move to the basket.
Tying it up here, 2-2.
That was Gordon going the best. Jack Gordon and his father, Cormac, the proprietor of Duffy's, the best burger on Staten Island, to my right. I get it to Baruch.
Yep.
Going to play for Coach of Elisi, I believe, right, Doug? Am I right there?
Keeping it in the island.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Shout out to Duffy's, proud new supporters of the Nobody Cares Sports Network.
And the best burger on the island. There are many greats, but it is the best one.
Love that English muffin touch, you know what I mean?
Beautiful thing.
Well, now stop, pop, left side won't go. That was a long shot from Gordon. At a Curtis High School doesn't go. Foul on the rebound attempt. It's going to stay Blue basketball.
Kind of hoping Jack would knock that down while we're talking about Duffy's, but nonetheless, possession on the baseline.
Free PR.
Alex Chi fires a 3. Left wing won't go. Rebounded by Greeley. Throws a long pass up to Graziano, who brings it down with one hand like Odell Beckham. Barrow loses a handle, throws a pass towards the bench, and it's a turnover.
I just tackled Doug almost. You see, he speared that thing with one hand. It was coming in at 40 miles an hour. Oh, my goodness.
He's got to have some big hands.
Yeah, I would imagine. I wouldn't want to get into a fight with Graziano or play him in basketball for that matter.
No, he can just have what he wants.
Yes,
leave him alone. Exactly. Here's a 3 from the corner, and it goes. Dante Thompson, the Seagull from McKee, Staten Island Tech.
And IS-61, former student of mine. Great young man. Look the best for him.
It is a 5-2 lead for Blue, and not anymore. We're knotted up at 5. Cambria from downtown.
Cambria was the main guy for Staten Island Academy this year. Had a nice run. A couple big games this year, 20, 30-point games. So he can definitely put him up. So.
I'll tell you a couple opportunities here from Dante Thompson, and he makes good on the 3rd try.
He did a lot of that for Charlie Donahue this season. Dante versatile, just showed the outside game with the jump shot, now the inside game with the layup.
Oh, Barrow working against G, loses the handle, and it's going to stay Gray ball.
So I'm 1-3, I believe, in Jaques games, and I can tell you the hardest part is working everybody in and trying to find groups that are going to compete together, and you want them to have fun but also play defense. So for Coach Woods and Coach Nick Lazzoli. It's not an easy gig, that's for sure. And you feel the pressure to win one.
Yeah. Actually, there's not as many guys, I feel like, than when I played. I feel like
Yes,
there's less guys.
there are a few kids today who were scheduled to appear that are not here for a variety of reasons, so it has made it a little easier for the coaches.
Isaiah Abreu in the game. I remembered how to say that name right. You like that, boss?
I remember being corrected on that as well.
I think Gray's got a CHSA
But
lineup and a PSA
Jaques
lineup.
from way downtown doesn't go. And that is off a defender's face. That's a great way to play D. Blue has several opportunities, and on the third try, they lay it in. That's
Chiron. He told me
Chiron
that's
Scott.
Chiron Scott. Yes.
out of Eagle Academy. It's going to be wrangled up top. A long three from head on. Won't go. Second chance opportunity, no.
Eagle Academy, new to our league in the PSAL. I apologize to Coach for not remembering her name off the top of my head, but her resume, it smokes any one of our any other coach, Catholic or public. Her resume is better than any other resume. And with her resume, Eagle Academy just starting out this year, work out the kinks, but I won't be surprised if they're forcing the PSAL as time goes on.
Now up top now is number 13 with it, Muhammad Sar.
Ooh, pretty.
Feeds it inside. Pretty move is right. Baseline just won't go from Chiron Scott. That's a player that we haven't seen a lot of here at Nobody Cares Sports Network. So excited to see a couple of these players from Eagle Academy. Almost stole right baseline from Sar. And on the inbound, it's Fahmi Ali saying, bro, he's not even giving me any space to inbound it. But nevertheless, it is a turnover.
I don't think Saw could give anybody space. His fingers are touching his shoes.
Yeah, his arms are.
Here is a
long.
deep three from Josiah Mitchner. That's buried.
Mitchell did that all year for the Warriors, and here he comes again.
Now 12-5 off a turnover. He tries to go back-to-back. Doesn't. Sar gets the board. His counterpart from the Warriors. He's double-teamed in the corner. Sends it back up. Mitchner. Now Christopher Bonner fires a three. He's out of McKee. That's no good.
I've watched Bonner play for 3 years. I've never seen anything remotely like that happen. He certainly didn't do that against Newdorf. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Well, he got it all out of his system against
He
you,
certainly did. He certainly did.
12-5 is our score. Team Blue with a 7-point lead, and they have the press being exhibited right now.
That's my guy, Xavier Pizarro, 4-year Newdorf player, phenomenal young man.
Isaiah Abreu with it. Beautiful hop step with the left hand. Doesn't go off the glass. Rebounded by Chiron Scott. Gives it to Mitchner. Working right side.
I like Mitchner. I like his game.
D'Antoni guarding
solid.
him. Mitchner sends a pass. Left corner. Bonner
There you go,
buries a three.
That's more like it,
He
right,
must
Coach?
have gotten fouled in the other one, I'll assume. All right.
Somebody opened the door,
Yeah.
Well, Gray's got to be careful. They're down 15-5 right now and struggling to get it across the timeline. They finally do. They break down that defense, getting it into the paint quickly
Move by
and
X.
making a bucket.
Pizarro was our leading scorer, and the focus of a lot of teams' defenses this year. So it was good to see him now in an all-star scenario where a little less pressure on him, he can kind of be himself. Good box out there. He's at 3 on Gray. I'm going to shout him out. If I don't have a 3 on this paper. 3 is Dean Petrovic. Susan Wagner, great box out.
There is a three from downtown, Isaiah Abreu.
Danny is nailing the pronunciation of that last name. I was butchering like Bobby Abreu, the baseball player, last time I recall.
Well, when you get enough hate mail from one family, you get it right after a while. Oh, Star loses it. Coming up with the loose ball is Team Gray. Beautiful move here. A three from downtown doesn't go off the left wing. Second chance opportunity for Gray. Instead of resetting, they'll fire a dagger. Oh, Dr. Isaiah Abreu with the hot hand now.
And he did a lot of that for Susan. I don't have any stats in front of me, but he's done that a lot of that for Susan Wagner. Defensive specialist as well, two-way player.
That's Team Gray with a 2-point lead. They're up 15-13. 9 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
A little too much by Mitchner there. Usually pretty solid and steady, so a little uncharacteristic for him to turn that ball over.
I remember the semi against Curtis C. And
Here we go. They got to put it up. 3 seconds on the clock. Hop step. Beautiful pass left side. And it goes at the buzzer. Wow.
Fahmi Ali headed to BMCC in September or August or whatever college starts. BMCC getting a heck of a player out of Port Richmond. I dealt with him for 4 years as well, and BMCC's a lucky one.
I actually
Dan.
taught him as well.
Boys, I'll tell you, Team Gray was down seemingly all of that first quarter, and then they, got it together towards the tail end there. And the final, I'd say 120 seconds, really put Mr. Momentum back on their side. 17-13 is the score. Gray with a 4-point lead as we head into the second quarter. Now, there's some names that certainly pop off of this roster, that we know from the broadcast that we've done. You mentioned P.J. Scalisi. Stephen Bradley is a great big here for St. Peter's. Chris Bonner hurt you guys at Newdorf, and you seem to go through some therapy live on the air, which was unfortunate. Mohamed Sarr, we saw him in the Thanksgiving Eve game. Doug, he was an absolute monster in the paint all night. A force to be reckoned with, and a lot of these guys, as you mentioned, are going on to play ball, collegiately, which is, listen, playing ball in general, whether you're playing intramural, all right, or you're playing organized. Yeah, it's great to just keep playing, because I'm telling you right now, I'm not playing. Are you playing, Ray?
No, I'm definitely not playing.
Enjoy it while you can.
I might have to go to Doug's. I have to go to the Elwell Academy.
I'm going to Inspire Hoops.
Inspire Hoops to get some training. I got to get back in shape.
That might be a good segment. We should all do it, including
Danny
the
and
Chinese bookie.
Doug trains Danny, myself, in the bookie. Film it.
That's a great idea.
Film it.
That's a hell of a podcast. Actually, it's a reality TV show. I feel like that would be amazing.
Well, here's something that's happening now. A beautiful spin move along the baseline, but kicked off of his shoe. Joseph Kukoc loses the dribble.
And Dan, to piggyback off your point, a lot of people get concerned or worried about what level they're playing at, D1, D2, D3. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. You go to play basketball in college, you're playing basketball in college. That's the most exciting thing you could possibly do.
Well, Greeley, after taking a breather, sends it up top. Here's a deep three from head on. Doesn't go. Second chance opportunity. Off the back rim, no. Rebounded this time by number 15 of Team Blue. I don't know. They got nothing.
Well, I know that's Joe Cuoco, CSI from CSI McCown.
15 is Manuelin from Farrell.
Manuelin, I'm thankful you mentioned that, Doug. Headed to Montclair State to throw the baseball.
He's 14 on the list. He's supposed to be 15.
I have 15 on mine.
I got 14.
So Manuelian had the Montclair State baseball player. I believe a pitcher, if I'm not mistaken. So he learned from my guy Bobby Mulligan over at Farrell. And he'll be bringing his baseball skills to Montclair State. Short drive for us that want to go watch. So it's one of Staten Island's finest play some baseball.
Awesome.
Well, Danny Chanod, Ray Palma, Doug Elwell on the call. Alex G receives the inbound pass, now sends it back up top, and a man that we just mentioned, Manuelian, fires a three and misses. Now coming back down the other end, it's Cambria with it. Feeds it to Graziano, who lays it up and in. Easy money in the paint.
Cambria's been the MVP early on.
Yeah,
he's getting the basket, making plays for his team, that's for sure. And I'll go back to what Doug said a minute ago. I can't tell you how many times, and I coached varsity for 9 years, and I've been involved in the program for 22 straight years as a JV or varsity coach. Kids who went to a Division II school because they wanted to play Division II would have started at D3, things like that. It's just, my heart breaks because it doesn't work out, and they find themselves not playing a year later.
And there's some really good D3s around this area that you can stay home and play. And there's a bunch of guys here today watching these games, so hopefully some of these guys get picked up on top of that.
Big man Graziano fired one from downtown. While you gentlemen were talking, Greeley had a block in the paint. She has it now. Stutter step, drives with the left hand. Good defense here from Graziano, passing it up top. Cosmo.
Graziano's a really big kid, but he's far from a stiff. Coach. Like, he can move, he has tremendous hands, can handle the ball with pressure on him. Very versatile. He could guard the wing defensively as well.
21-15, Cosmo Cangiano with the block from behind, head of steam, stop, pops, fires along two, in and out. Good shot, Carnival rim that time, coaches. Now back down the other end. Ian Saunders out of Eagle Academy loses the dribble. Long pass has to be chased down and gets it to Graziano, who probably was pushed in the back, and some good laughing going down the court.
He was definitely under the basket. Now, whether he was pushed under the basket or not, I'm not sure, but he was a little underneath there to finish it.
Well, he didn't move there himself. Anyway, it's fired. Alex G can't buy a bucket here in the All-Star game. Greeley brings it across the timeline, fires this one, and G's face doesn't go. G with the board. Good pass up ahead, and that's got to be brought down by Saunders. Excellent pass by Chi. These two guys that haven't played with each other, you know what I mean, don't really know each other too well, so maybe second half that connection happens.
And that's a great point. It's a hard thing to do in some of these games is play with guys you've never played with before, especially if you've played in a certain system the entire time. Like Farrell C guys, Peters guys, the Catholic school guys, they play in a system all the time.
Taking it all away.
I did go into the locker room prior to the game and said, if you have a chance on the fast break, don't try to dunk it. I'm going to roast you. AC, you're not getting roasted. Great job, kid. Awesome stuff.
We'll count it.
We'll count it. We're going to count it.
That's...
Well,
yes.
you see,
I'll give it to him.
Chi matched up with Greeley, I think, was our best offensive guard and our best defensive guard going at it. So, I mean, I hope we get a chance to see that matchup more as time goes on. But Greeley is a spectacular scoring guard, and Chi was assigned to the best player on the other team, not only in our league, but in the Catholic League as well, and did a fantastic job all season.
Oh, beautiful move all the way down the lane. Absolutely excellent this time.
Orzo. Another more guy.
You talk about coaching
Ryan
on this
Rose,
island.
yeah.
Coach Burns has forgotten more basketball than I will ever know. So Moore very lucky.
They had a heck of a run, man, this year. Heck of a run. They should have won that semifinal game as well.
A throwback, Coach Burns does it his way. He's not going to hear anything else. And
I just got to give a shout out to Mike Clifford, number 10 out of Tottenville, rocking the pink shoes. Absolutely fantastic.
Clifford and as far as a motor, might be the highest motor player I have ever seen. He is all over the place.
That's a compliment and a half from you.
Here is a deep three, doesn't go. Second chance
I don't
opportunity,
know.
right hand, no. And it's going to stay great basketball.
I'm not familiar with Clifford, so it's the first time I'm seeing him. So.
Doug, I thought before I said it. I'm saying there are others probably on the same level, maybe a few are very select.
That's still a high level.
But his level of competing alone, just out there, and I've observed him. He'll get to the JV game at 3:30 and be shooting around with them.
Wow.
Like he's a gym rat.
Wow,
and
good for him.
Fun to watch, absolutely. One of Tottenville's finest.
It's funny how when you're out of coaching for a little bit, you don't know anybody anymore.
Yeah. Well, not out of coach. He just coaching somewhere else. And by the way,
Right.
congratulations
Thank
to Poly Prep and the
Thank you.
tremendous season you had. Followed up with a championship there. Great job by you.
A brew from way downtown doesn't go. Rebounded underneath. Andrew Malilo with it. Excellent pass up top. Stripped from behind, and that's going to be a foul called against Xavier Barrow out of Susan Wagner. Shout out to the Wall of Legends, those coaches down there along that wall. Can you guys name that murderer's row of coaches?
Mike Dunn, Coach Alisi, Mike Cortez, Coach Moore, Coach Burns, Coach Kasha, my man Mikey Stash, you got Coach Khalil Shorter from Mount St. Vincent's, and
TJ Baker.
Yeah, TJ Baker from on Susan Wagner's staff. So
Thank you,
that
guys.
is quite the crew. And my guy Jalil taking pictures over there. Danny, actually the man I want to introduce you to. Jalil taking pictures on the baseline. Shout out, Jalil.
Jalil's the best.
All right, now Gray with possession here.
There's Pizarro for three, top of the key, bang!
Bang! The bank is open.
Didn't go into the bank.
It didn't? No, that's
No, it was
good.
not
then.
off the back.
It was cash?
It was cash money. I'm
that's
sorry, that's my
fantastic.
guy. I wouldn't have said anything otherwise. That's my guy.
Cash money, Dan.
Thanks, Bob.
Downhill.
Oh,
Ooh, pretty.
Mitchner, beautiful crossover, brings it back.
Good move.
I didn't coach 61, but was a fan of Jack Gordon, obviously knowing his old man. That's the evolution of Gordon. Started out as more of a spot-up shooter.
Yeah.
Now he can do a little bit of everything. Jack Gordon headed to Baruch. Thank you, Doug. Your memory's fantastic.
You got it, man.
Baruch is getting a player.
I'm on Instagram. I get all that stuff. You know?
Oh, Gordon, beautiful move.
And he can put him up. He can score it. Another steal by another Curtis guy. That's behind you.
Mitchner brings it across the timeline. Stops, pops, fires a three. Money!
We got a 2-point game, fellas.
Knowing Coach Archibald, this tempo does favor the Curtis kids. They can do this all day.
You're right about that. It's a 2-point game. Can Blue keep their pressure up? This is off the mark and
Out of bounds.
ref's going to say out of bounds going the other way.
Not sure where Pizarro learned that shot from, but was not at Newdorp. I can assure you of that. All right, here we go.
Well, Malilo brings it across the timeline
Headed
from
to
left to right.
Manhattanville to play for my guy, Coach Alisi. Somebody, Coach Alisi's out there. Three ball. There we go.
Buries it from downtown.
Shout out-
On cue.
Shout out Maleo, one of the most important players for Farrell this year, winning the Federation Championship also. Calm, cool, collective all game. Any game I watched him play, knocking down big shots, big foul shots all the time.
Well, it gave him the lead, but only momentarily as now Gray goes back up 28-27.
So Doug, he'll join Latito over there with Alisi. I
that's
mean,
gonna be
Manhattanville's
nice.
got themselves pretty loaded there at the guard spot already.
Mitchner tries with fancy pass, just won't go. Now coming back down the other way with it is Squad Gray. Brew fires a long three, doesn't go. Blue comes up with the boards. A little fancy behind the back action from Malilo. Kicks it to the corner. Oh.
Good
Turn
pass.
around. Excellent pass. You said it. Making it look easy. Scalisi throws it in 29-28.
Scalisi headed to RPI to play his ball next year. Great college, great basketball player.
Excellent pass into the paint and a lay-in over 2 blue defenders.
Also the winner of the Zembrowski Award this year. And I know the Zembrowski Award is defined in so many ways, but just think the hardest worker, I guess, hardest worker, best student type deal. And the Zembrowski committee could have done a better job picking this kid. He was phenomenal to watch for the last 4 years.
And a winner.
And it must be a genius to get into RPI alone. That's just from an academic standpoint.
32-30 is our score. It is Squad Blue up by 2, 35 seconds to go here in the first half. A 3 from the corner is cash money. Dean Pajenkovic from Susan Wagner.
Shout out Dean. I can't say his last name correctly. He goes to school at Wagner. My wife teaches him.
I'm going Pajenkovic.
I got in trouble because I said his name wrong in the playoffs, so I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to call him Dean. Like Cher.
Beautiful feed inside. Laying it up and in, Stephen Bradley.
I'm watching an all-star game trying to make sure I get shout-outs in. And meanwhile, I got a really nice high-level basketball game breaking out.
Oh, yeah, this is phenomenal.
And a long 3 won't go. The score at the end of one half of play. Squad Blue 34 and Team Gray 33. Danny Chanod on the call from Nobody Cares Sports. You're watching this game live right now on locallive.tv. Of course, you can watch all the restreams and all that stuff on the Nobody Cares Sports YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Shout out to our photographers in the building. Picks. What's that dude's name over there to the right?
That's Jalil.
That's Jalil. JB Visuals right there, man.
Oh, JB has a name like that?
There's a microphone there for
Jalil,
you.
grab this mic.
Put those headphones on there. So JB Visuals joining us in the broadcast booth here for halftime.
Hello.
How are you, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
Danny, I wanted to introduce you to Jalil. I actually wanted to, maybe we can get him as part of our family as well.
No
Nice
doubt.
one of Newdup's finest. Could be playing in this game right now, but wanted to work today.
Yes, sir.
Committed to the camera industry right now. How's the ankle feel? Jalil, I know you had an injury at the end of the season. How's your ankle feel?
It feels a lot better. It got recovered pretty fast. Unfortunately, the season didn't go out.
Yo, Picks is like, what up? I don't get a picture.
That's fantastic, Jalil. And what are you guys doing here today? What's the assignment?
We're taking pictures. I'm taking videos. He's taking videos. We'll probably get a mix out. Hopefully by the end of the weekend or something like that.
And shout out your company. Make sure we know. What do we look for?
This is the goal right here, man. Picks. Oh, wait, hold on. Can we get him on the mic?
Yeah, we're going to get Picks, so you're going to have to switch headphones so he can hear what's going on.
Here's the big man, Marquise. Picks on Instagram.
Spell it out. Everybody should know.
All right, so now we're switching it off. So these are both photographers in the building.
And listen, Danny, these guys are not just photographers. These guys are artists, man.
Bro, they're on another level, right?
There's stuff that these guys do, man. I can only dream about someone making videos like that of me someday at some point in my life.
So, Picks, we want to hear what you got to say, right? So you got to put your mouth like real close up to that microphone, right? But blessed to have you here tonight, brother. You do tremendous work. Follow these guys on Instagram, Picks.
Thank you.
What's this other company name right here?
JB Visuals.
JB Visuals. They're doing everything tonight here visually for the Jaques game 36th annual.
Yes.
Tell us about your experience here tonight, brother.
So it's been a pretty slow game, but I think it's going to pick up now since the kids are going to get in rhythm. So that makes for better content for all of us.
No doubt.
More commentary for you guys. I'm just excited to see how we finish this.
Well, we can see where Nobody Cares Sports ranks because I don't get a shirt. I don't see Doug's shirt, and I don't see Danny's shirt.
Sorry,
so clearly you guys are outranking us here.
I didn't even notice. I'm so used to getting shade thrown on me. I didn't even notice. No, it's cool. Duffy's gave me shirts. I don't need it, committee. It's all right. No, we appreciate everything you do. You do amazing work, and you're not just, like we try to not be biased here at Nobody Cares and just serve the community.
Yeah.
That's really the level that you're on. You're unbiased. You do great work for anybody that asks. So many schools out there, and just keep it up, man. I'm excited to see what you do.
That's it. I'm just trying to put on for Staten Island, show these kids, put them in a better spotlight. So let's expose Staten Island sports just for the better of what it is.
Crushing it.
Much appreciated. It takes a village, and you're a big part of it. Much appreciated. Thank you for coming on.
Appreciate you, JB Visuals, Picks. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you follow them on Instagram and everything else that they do because they're absolutely crushing it. We are 4 minutes away from the start of the second half of the 36th annual Warren Jaques game here from St. Peter's High School. It is a 34-33 lead for Team Blue, led by Stephen Bradley, Alex G, and of course, PJ Scalisi. I mean, there's a bevy of men on this roster, and looking at the other end, when you look at Christian Greeley. He is one of the recipients of the Jaques Award this year. The other recipient of the Jaques Award, Kadir Martin, not playing here tonight.
He's only a junior.
He cannot,
that why?
Because it's the senior all-star game, so unable to participate.
Charlie D, I appreciate you coming up into the booth.
So, yeah, he's only a junior, Dan, so it's very rare that a junior wins the Jaques, especially on the boys' side. I was unlucky because I played in the era where some good basketball players that...
Doug is dramatically understating. He played in, arguably our peak. As far as his contemporaries, and you'll know better than me, Moses Day, Ramsey Hill, Sharon King, Tommy Downing.
Yep. Steve Rossiter, my own teammate.
Yeah, the level at that era.
And of course, the Jaques winner for 2 years in a row was Kyle McLaren.
And we skipped arguably the best player in history. And
think about that Jaques game.
And even more, like Port Richmond, right? I mean,
John Myers and David
Brown. I mean, this just...
that Jaques game was out of control. Petrides had DC Nesbitt. So there was guys everywhere, and it's Jimmy Tyrone from St. Peter's was a great. Mac Genovese also from St. Peter's was a great player back in the day. So a lot of guys that we played with growing up that this game was so special because it's the one time we all got to play together. The 8th grade game and the senior game that we had, all the guys played. It was fantastic. So much fun.
Main Street Coffee! Main Street Coffee! This is Main Street Coffee!
Shout out to Main Street Coffee, a longtime supporter of Nobody Cares Sports. I think he's just triggered.
I think Ray needs a fleece.
Main Street Coffee.
It's
Main
like
Street
PTSD.
Coffee.
He sees Main Street Coffee and just starts screaming it.
I work 5 straight periods at my school every day. And there's not a point where at some point during the day I randomly just scream out, Main Street Coffee! The kids look like I'm nuts. I don't even explain it or anything.
I picture you going back and forth between Main Street Coffee and Man-to-Man.
Oh, man-to-man. Best way to play
kids
defense.
Man-to-Man. Yeah, I know. It's Ray's favorite defense. And
it's how the game should be played, Coach. In my humble opinion.
With good
100%.
reason. Now, it's a packed house out here tonight, not for one game, but for both games. Nobody Cares Sports on the call for the girls' game. First time we've ever done that. Doug Elwell, last year we tried to do it at a Moore Catholic High School.
Good attempt, Dan. It was a good attempt.
There's no quitting this crew, all right? I said, listen, we'll be back next year, right?
And Dan, I've seen you at your lowest in terms of sweating. That was by far the sweatiest I've ever seen you, my man.
Ever.
That was out of control.
Danny gets a nice glaze going.
Dan was so stressed that day. He calls me up. I think the game was at like same thing, like 5:30ish or 7 o'clock, whatever it is. The 8th grade game was going on. He calls me at like 5:20. He's like, not sure if we're going on or not, but we're gonna try.
Before I forget, I want to shout out my colleague.
Shout out to Coach Cristoforo. Best math teacher I ever had.
I love it. Empty
best math teacher I ever had.
Mark D, no thank you, but carbs are the enemy. Sugar's the enemy. I guess my new colleague now, Rose Bruno. Up until Mike, I think Mike Dunn has joined her level, but Rose Bruno, the most successful coach in Island history.
Yeah,
it's just from what she accomplished with her team, and I think
turned
Coach
that whole
Dunn,
program around for sure.
And she went to I don't know the terms, but she went to a state championships with girls that were 5'5" going against 6'5" girls. Yes. It was the most memorable thing I can recall. I guess Coach Mike Dunn matched that with a federation championship.
I'll tell you what, Ray. I'm still speechless with the teams that Coach Dunn and Farrell were able to beat to get to that championship. As a school like Poly Prep, we played some of those teams, and I know how good they were. I'm so happy that they were the team that won that championship for that
well,
level.
I'll tell you what, second half of action is back underway, and it's the blue squad that gets the first points here, extending their lead by 2. It is a 3-point lead, 36 to 33.
37 to 36 to 33. Got it.
30. Yeah, I know.
36-33. We're good.
Might as well speak Chinese at this point. Sending it to the corner, Sar fires a long 2, and it comes up short, ironically. Something that you normally don't say when talking about Mohamed Sar.
If I'm looking at Sar, I'm taking him in college.
I
would be able to work with him and be able to make him into a whole league player with the way he looks. His athleticism is, second to none, and you just need a little skill development to get him there.
Any scouts out there tuned in,
Watch
this
him.
is another player to give a second look for sure as we come back down the other end. Blue squad looking to keep with this early momentum with the right hand won't go. Nice try from Ian Saunders.
Anyone watching this game, any kind of a college scout, anyone, you want reach out to Nobody Cares Sports. We will contact the kid directly for you if you need contact
We'll
information.
get you online with the coach.
We will get you the coach, the player, the mother, the father, whatever you need. Let's get these kids to school.
I'll drive them to wherever your school is.
There's no. We're coming across sarcastic. We are not. We are genuine.
I got nothing going on. I live for this.
So do I, and so does the guy to my right. So
we're out here.
Only reason why we're here, man. We love the game. We love the. I heard Rose say that before. We live in the gym.
So it's 36-33, Squad Blue.
I like the squad blue too because it's not really north and south anymore. It's so divided, so it's better than that.
It sounds like you're watching Wildin' Out.
Yeah.
Blue team versus
Black
the gray
squad.
Oh, excellent pass up ahead. Stutter step. Good move in the paint. Love to see it. My boy, Cosmo Canciano.
Cosmo heading to Baruch. Another Baruch guy. I like that
I believe
one.
Baruch just
The
won
Elise,
the
Coach
city
Elise's
championship.
are
didn't they?
loading up. That's for sure.
Well, you know what though? They're becoming very smart because they know that there's talent here and they're going after it.
Sar with a second chance
When
opportunity.
you show interest to a kid that's a senior in high school and you can tell them that you can come play 4 years of basketball, why would they not want to do that,
And you see a lot of times coaches that, even guys from our island that go coach somewhere else and don't recruit our own
Fahmy
kids.
Ali down the other end, gentlemen, 38-37. It's a 1-point game.
Coach Carcazzolo, too, from St. Joseph's, Brooklyn, right? He does a great job as well. Gets a lot of Staten Island guys there, too. So shout out to those guys that are giving these guys a chance to play.
Really, no look pass to Graziano. That's that season-long chemistry that's paying off.
Really has just I don't know what his floor in his game would be. He has a little bit of everything, that's for sure.
Now 39-38. That's Gray's first lead in quite some time. Now down the other end. Here's a three from Graziano. Greeley cleans it up. Gets the board in midair.
The big guard, too, right, Ray?
Just, yeah,
Big size.
I don't
size
have,
for him.
honestly, one small he compares to you in some ways. Just does a little bit of everything. We'll play inside out.
Oh, we are hooping out here now.
There's your
All
boy
knotted
Bonner.
up at 41.
That kid can stroke it, and I know he played for my guy, Coach Red Tripp.
Really fires a long three and answers the bell. Back to back to back. Great possessions offensively.
Sar for three.
Sar fires the three and hits. C-Dub.
Here we go. Now we got a game here. This is getting fun. 44 up.
Oh, shout out to my boy Neek. 44 is on the board. Greeley can't track down the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Right side, Blue basketball.
Rest in peace, Neek. Rest in peace, Drew. Shown forever.
Coming across now. Blue has it. Brings it across the timeline from right to left. Ian Saunders loses it. Greeley, 2-on-1.
Oh,
Beats it
hey.
to Cosmo,
Nice.
who tries to throw down the alley-oop. Can't finish.
Cosmo.
And now pass left side.
He's got bounce.
Greeley fires the three off the mark. Ian Saunders comes up with the board. Sends it up ahead now. Jaden D'Antoni out of Port Richmond.
That was Thompson from Tech.
So you see the
thank you, sir.
timeout. Dante he's got a few buckets here, making a case for player of the game. This is a timeout here, just more for subs. You want to you rotate the kids. Usually I would coach the game, rotate them all even to the last few minutes, and then you play to win the game.
Yeah, for sure.
So you play to win a game based on who's playing well tonight, not what they accomplished during the regular season.
Cosmo's got some bounce, huh?
I didn't know this. His elevator goes to a floor that I've never seen before.
Yeah,
That's for sure. Elwell-like.
Oh, beautiful bounce pass. Now an extra pass to the corner. Gordon, the three doesn't drop, in and out. Excellent outlet pass the other way for Gray. 2-on-1. Blocked
Scalise.
from behind. A chase down.
Winning basketball plays. PJ Scalise.
Scalise, weaknesses, none.
0.
Haven't seen them. Don't know what they are.
That's why he's a Zabrowski winner. Plays as hard as he can every time he plays in the game.
I'm loving the bounce passes here lately. A three from downtown doesn't go. Alex G comes up with the board. Excellent pass to Scalise, who throws it up and can't rim it down. Gordon tries to clean up the mess. Now that won't go.
A lot of sneaky jumpers out here, Ray.
Yeah, absolutely.
Down the other end, Brew hands it off left side from a jumper. Won't go in the paint. Excellent pass from Alex G. Sent ahead. Stephen Bradley can't hold it.
His eyes lit up. He got really excited. He was going to try to throw it down, too.
It's almost like they're starting to realize it's an all-star game. They're trying to get loose out here. Oh, and a beautiful move right side of Brew.
This tempo is picking up. A little run and gun action. But what I like, unlike the NBA All-Star game, is they're playing defense. Kids are out there competing.
They're playing hard, too. You can see. chase down blocks, defensive plays definitely happening tonight.
Well, I went to the locker rooms and spoke.
My heavens. 48-45, boys. It's up to a 3-point game for Team Gray.
7 kids committed to colleges, the rest uncommitted. So these kids are competing for more than just, fun and all-star game stuff. They want some eyeballs.
A 3 from downtown. Scalisi again. Boys, we are knotted up at 48. We got ourselves a ball game here on New Brighton.
RPI getting themselves an absolute stud.
Woo! It is nothing but downtown bangers here tonight, boys.
That's from Dean. I don't want to get yelled at by Mrs. Elwell, so I'll just go with Dean for 3.
D for 3. G for 3.
Back-to-back possessions with a 3-pointer for both squads.
Here goes Dean. Let's see what he's got here.
51-51. Stutter step goes into a double team. The kick out. Abreu fires a 3, won't go. 1:43 remaining here, third quarter action.
So I know what just happened. So you got 11 kids, you side 5 on and 5 off, and then you got to put 1 kid in, you got to tell 1 kid to come out. Yeah. It's not fun. The least favorite part of coaching.
Here's a 3, goes off the left rim, no, from Clifford. And a turnover. G gives it up to Gordon, who lays up the finger roll.
Boo!
He was our favorite player until just now.
Yeah. Still love the burgers, but you got to go dunk that kid.
I mean, he just got booed, and his dad just came on as a sponsor. How do you expect me to stay in business?
I'm sure his dad booed too. Don't worry, we're good.
All right, back to the action. Scalisi can't finish, looking for a chase down. Steele can't come up with it. Stop, pop, Pizarro with the bucket. Oh, gee, up ahead, nobody home, lays it in off the glass.
We're going to need Danny's. Chuck, you get some Gatorade, buddy. My goodness, this is tough.
55-53. Now we're looking at with Abreu with it. Into the paint, kicks it left side. Here's a 3 for D'Antoni, won't go. Good pass up to G, working quickly, lays it off the glass and in.
A lot of moving here. This is high pace.
57-53 Blue with a 4-point lead. Oh, what a move in the paint, off the glass. Beautiful. I'm going to let you know, it's Dean Pajankovic. I could say it all day.
You mentioned Doug. Shout out to Cormac Gordon Sr., just one of our great our sports minds, period. Yes. A long-time writer for the Advance and basketball line assistant over at McKee Staten Island Tech. Great man from obviously a great family. Shout out to Duffy's.
Yeah.
57-55 Blue with a 2-point lead. 5 seconds on the clock. Chi fires a jumper from 20 feet, won't go. Gordon fires it at the buzzer and nails it from downtown.
Yeah! See, you get cheered for good stuff and booed for bad stuff. We're equal opportunity over here. Nobody cares sports.
Now the score at the end of 3 full quarters of play. Squad Blue 60, Team Gray 55. Danny Chanod, Nobody Cares Sports, joining me on this broadcast. Doug Elwell, Ray Palma. We just deliver the action. Feel good local sports. That's what we do. And this is a great event here tonight from St. Peter's Boys High School. Shout out to everybody tuned in right now on locallive.tv. Of course, like and subscribe on our YouTube channel where you can follow up on all the action. And of course, a lot of action on the Instagram and Facebook page. Does anybody care, gentlemen?
I care.
No, nobody cares.
Well, nobody cares, of course. But as far as about basketball here on Staten Island and this competition we've had today,
you're
been
killing
great.
My one-liner, Ray. Just say nobody cares.
Nobody
Be
cares.
sarcastic, for the love of God.
Doug Well and I were passing notes so we don't ask questions over the air. We've gotten better at this.
They tell us because they have a committee.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's easier for us because it's hard to remember. We don't have a book in front of us. So the score, I don't know who has the most points today. I can tell you we've had a great game from Thompson. We've had a great game from Gordon the last few minutes. Greeley and Graziano have been great.
The last game, we took Brooke Corbett. It was like unanimous, though. Right, so it was like, I don't even know if we checked with the committee, but the committee is supposed to pick the MVP. We weren't kicked out, so we will find out after this game who our game MVP is. As we start the fourth quarter, Josiah Mitzner, fresh in off the bench, new legs. Lieutenant Dan, new legs.
And in a game like this, I'm going to guess no one has double figures. So you put up a big fourth quarter, you can still MVP easily.
Gordon's got to be close to double figures, if not.
He's probably the closest, I would think.
Cosmo maybe as well.
And Thompson's had a few buckets as well, so he
yes,
could add to his total. That's not Thompson, excuse me.
No, you're right. Thompson.
That is Thompson?
The number 11?
That's number 4 at the
Kyron Scott at the line from Eagle Academy.
Big left-handed foul shot coming up for a second off.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he missed it, and he'll have a second chance opportunity. Strong goes in.
Missed 2 left-handed free throws, come back and make a right-handed layup.
I'll tell you what,
Ambidextrous.
he's got a heck of a fan section here tonight as well. It's a 63-55 lead. Not for long, Greeley. I mean, he's out here hooping tonight. Shout out to the whole Greeley family. We appreciate them. Big supporters of the Nobody Cares Sports Network.
Well, I watched-
5-point game.
We broadcast and play football as well, Danny. You put Greeley in a uniform, good things happen for your team.
110%. Left side now, a little turnaround back to the basket, won't go. Jump for the board, blocked in the paint. Great defense. You said it. Greeley comes up with it. Outlet pass to his counterpart. Graziano with the jam.
I'm glad that backboard didn't come down on him. Look at it, still shaking
I'll tell
now.
you, the Vikings are getting busy in the Eagles' nest tonight.
St. Peter's being used to new rims.
Josiah Mitchner,
Oh, he's got a nice
the
hand.
Warrior, with a beautiful handle, switches to his right hand, won't go. Second chance opportunity here goes for Dante Thompson.
65-60.
Michigan reminds me of Red Trip.
Yeah.
He's got that,
Very good call. Good call,
he's
Red.
got a similar game. I know, and that's a high praise, by the way. Red Trip,
Yes.
2-time champion on this island. Starting point
Greeley,
guard.
step back three, won't go. Graziano tries to tip the board out. He does a good job of it because it goes to Greeley. Now sending it right side. What a scoop move up the glass. Joseph Kuko.
That was Barrow.
Thank you.
They look alike. It's fine.
The gray and blue is confusing when they both have gray and blue on their uniforms.
And they're guarding each other.
Back
Yeah,
to
it's
the
not
action.
helping anything, right?
Can I just get different colors in general, like red versus white or something?
We'll work on it. We'll
All
pull
right.
the committee now. I
Here's
think.
a three from the corner. Won't go.
It's only been around for like 80 years, Dan. I'm sure they'll change it for you.
Well, I'm getting old now, so when I look up there, I have like the phone number of everybody on that stage. So it's
Ooh,
changed.
turnaround from Mitchner. Sends it to the corner for a three. That won't go
That was
from
Kuko.
Joseph Kuko.
That was Kuko.
Oh, and he comes up with his steal. Now he comes up with it on the other end. Greeley can't block it. 2 points for Kuko.
High motor player for Danny Lee's Dragons. His old man, a great guy, Joe himself. Does a lot for basketball in Brooklyn and Staten Island. Look forward to seeing him again this summer because he'll be out there.
Great move.
Oh, Mitchner can't get
tough.
it to fall. Greeley comes up with it. He brings it across the timeline from left to right and goes right towards the hoop. Baseline, good defense this time from Kyron Scott out of Eagle Academy. We've called his number all night.
Well
Definitely.
described, Danny. No, I'm sorry, Doug. Well
Yeah, no.
described. That was great help side defense. Verticality rule, hands up.
And now from the left side, a shot won't go. Graziano comes up with it. Loses his own handle, stripped by a ghost seemingly here from St. Peter's. Now right side, it's a three from the corner, won't go. Last touch will be off Gray, blue basketball. These boys getting tired, it seems, so we've got some substitutions. Picks.
And you know what? I think we're trying to play to win here. That's I'm guessing here, Coach Elwell. I mean, Pizarro played very well early on. You know, Barrow and Greeley is a ridiculous backcourt.
Yeah, we have about 4 minutes left in this game, so I think we're going to go for a win here.
Here
And
is a
Dean played
deep
well today,
three.
too, as well. That's why
D3
he's back
doesn't
in.
go from Malilo. Graziano comes up with the board. Barrow moves into the paint. Right hand, beautiful move.
Got 2 C guys, 2 Wagner guys on the court, too, for the great team right now.
A lot of wins on that court right there. 2 fabulous coaches as well.
And wholesale subs coming up for Squad Blue in just a moment. Matter of fact, now.
You know, if we give it enough, I'll make sure I give a shout out to my guy Nick, Coach Nick Lazzoli and his staff from Patrice doing a fabulous job, and 2 of my all-time faves, Coach Woods and new St. Peter's freshman coach joining the sidelines over here, Jake DeForest. So great to see the time these guys put in time.
Jake's the new freshman coach?
Jake is the new. We broke that live on air,
Fantastic.
Doug. If you didn't know, we broke it live on the air.
Well deserved.
The head freshman coach, St. Peter's, is
Great
no
guy.
small task. And
Jake's a great guy, man.
Yeah, and,
Great guy.
and I bridged him during the interview, Doug. He put the time in. You know,
Yep.
he earned it. He did time. He was assistant coach for years, and great for him.
Great kid.
DJ Medley reading off. What I'm guessing is a 50-50 or something.
Yeah, they're doing the 50.
Oh, maybe a license plate, maybe.
No, it's 50-50, you're right.
50-50. Okay.
They did the 50-50 in the middle of the game. Players stopped. Love to see it. Gordon fires a three from the corner.
This is West Brighton. We gamble over here, people.
Oh, absolutely. We got action always. Graziano fires a three. Head on. Won't go. And it is rebounded this time from P.J. Scalisi.
And for the record, we were gambling way before there were any apps for it. That's for sure.
110%.
Hey, I'm still in Jody's pool, by the way.
I'll bet on the weather right now.
I got 2 lines left, man.
Oh, here's a 3.
Wow.
Left side won't go. A little
2 out of the
step.
2 out of the 14
Barrow.
I got, Jay, right?
Barrow sends it in to Graziano, who lays it up off the glass.
What you'll see in an all-star game, the one thing you will leave is weak side help's not going to be there as
Got
much.
ourselves a
Graziano taking advantage.
1-point ball game, bro. 67-66. Graziano with the block. Beautiful pass to Greeley. Back the other way. Barrow lays it in. They got the lead.
68-67. Great game.
What more could you ask for? 3:15 on the game clock.
Intensity has picked up on both ends.
People are running motion.
Up top now, deep 3.
Bonner.
Oh, Bonner, that's his 3rd tonight.
The
from
bank is
downtown.
3 for 4.
Thank you, Ray, for recognizing the bank is finally open.
Gave a little MJ shrug after for hitting the backboard as well. Gotta love that.
And 2 overzealous with the defense from behind. Foul's going to go against number 6, Stephen Bradley, the hometown hero here at St. Peter's.
Well, inbound the baseline here. They've got 2:50 remaining. Is what's been a fantastic all-around, just fun to watch basketball game. Not very all-star game-ish. Greeley from Mariners Harbor.
And now bringing it up, this Gordon brings it across the timeline. The kick to the corner, a 3 off the mark. Graziano with the board, sends it up to Barrow. Nobody home, who lays it off the glass and in.
I have people texting me now to send me the proof that I'm still in Jody's pool.
70-70, we're all knotted up. Prove it.
Shout out to Elias Diaz, my man, the JV coach at C. Does a great job over there with those guys. But I've known Elias since he was in preschool. So shout out to Elias.
One of the true gentlemen in our
Hilarious.
game. You know, I Coach JV and I've coached Voss. We've had the privilege of meeting everyone. And it was a class gentleman. And just that's the C program. Great people.
Oh, Gordon.
Falling backwards for some odd reason. Might need to go see some Inspire Hoops, clean it up a bit. But
He's
one of our best shooters on the
the
island.
second player I've noticed on the court wearing pink shoes, so he's all right with me.
Oh,
Barrow.
Barrow forgetting the rules of basketball, but it won't matter. Gordon knocked
They
it
don't
down.
call it. Barrow just sprinted out into his space. He made it anyway. Back down the other end, so up by 2 points. Squad Blue 72-70. Barrow with the reverse layup doesn't go. Greeley loses the handle. Blue comes up with it the other way, laying it off the glass and in a beautiful move from Chris Bonner.
So Bonner has a layup package as well? Sweet Jesus. Let's get this kid to college to play some basketball for.
Sure.
Well, at 2 minutes, just under 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, it is a 2-possession game. Barrow fires a deep 3 in and out. Greeley tries to get the board and cannot. Blue squad comes up with it. Rebound from Scalisi. Gordon, stop, pop, 3 won't go. And Scalisi comes up with the board. Now the kick to the corner. Bradley, a 3. That's his spot.
Bradley's are just familiar with this.
Little home court advantage here, huh?
Take it easy, you feral lion. 77-70 is our score. 1:29 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Danny Chanod on the call, doing play-by-play. Ray Palma and Doug Elwell, color commentators. Doug Elwell out of Inspire Hoops Academy. And myself, Ray, and the Chinese bookie will be participating in training this spring, and we're excited about it.
It will be.
It's gonna happen.
It'll be a great watch.
IS-61, right in your neighborhood. IS-61. I got you guys.
That might be a little bit too close to home for Ray. We might want to, can we, train on the docks
I will have to go to Newdorp and get my defibrillator. As long as there's a defibrillator on site, I am in.
Yeah.
We might need 3 defibrillators, as a matter of fact.
You could cut the
either way.
tension here with a knife as we're involved in a 3-possession ball game. 77-70 is our score. Well, turn around here. Greeley's going to fire a 3. Left elbow won't go. And Graziano counted and the foul.
Just some mitts, huh, Ray?
Just, tremendous hands. My goodness. And strength and just everything you'd want in the modern big, Doug. You know, you can step out and shoot and handle it, too. So, and he won't kill your screen roll or switch the screens on the perimeter. So
That's active, yeah.
When I went into that locker room and said, who's not signed, and he didn't raise his hand, I'm like, what are they doing? What else do you want?
What time do you think the kitchen closes at Kettle Black? I'm starving.
I believe
They're
10
still
p.m.
They're
would
still
be
open.
the,
This game is going a lot faster than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah. Now the other end now. Let's see what we got here. 77-73, two-possession ball game. Barrow.
Bonner.
Good defense, but Bonner
Making his
comes
case
through
for
with it
MVP.
anyway. Greeley from way downtown doesn't go. Graziano gets the board, throws it up against two blue defenders.
He doesn't want to
Plays
lose.
it in anyway.
Doesn't
Oh,
want to
good.
lose.
Neither do I. I'll keep it going. I can
do
watch
it.
this stuff all night. This is
So
just fabulous.
I once met Graziano's father, and he came up to me on the court and he said, I just want to let you know, you're the only guy that's ever pronounced my son's last name correctly.
I feel like it's a very common Staten Island name. To be honest
But
with you.
now, to be fair, everybody says Graziano.
I got
Right?
you. I got you.
So I say it like with that proper, I guess, Italian pronunciation.
Graziano.
Exactly. You got to sing it like an opera. Anyway, I love it every time he gets the ball. Poetry in motion.
Little things matter, and pronunciation matters. And as an educator, I've learned that it's important to know. Ask the kid, how do you say your name? It's important.
Yep.
And I always teach kids, and I don't know why I'm bringing this up now, but when you have a teacher, learn a teacher's name. Don't call your teacher Mr. or Miss.
Oh,
You know?
100%.
Miss, you want to get a good grade, know the person's name.
We learned the hard way with Isaiah Abreu. And I mean, we had a couple of girls in the game that just straight up came up to his CYO and said, "You don't say my name like that." Thank you.
Well,
I
listen,
think they were 10 as well.
They were 10 years old.
Oh, a little pressure
Gordon
here.
trying to get it in and finally does. Now Scalisi has it. Barrow working against him, losing it against the boundary. It'll stay blue basketball. Alex G receives it.
This is not his game. He wants to get that ball up to somebody else.
Barrow comes over with the help defense. Now they send it over right side. Beautiful move, making his way in as Ian Sanders from Eagle Academy.
That would be Ryan Bradley.
Thank you, sir.
they look alike. Here comes Gordon. Barrow looking to reach now. Bonner, this could be for MVP if he knocks it down.
Wow! Bangs this one from
Bang.
downtown.
And he looks down the
We
line.
knew it.
Love it.
I'm going to give him my MVP vote if I have one, which I'm not sure if I do.
84-75. Barrow baseline won't go. Graziano lays it up and
Clock
in.
run out.
And that'll do it from the 36th annual Warren Jaques game. Squad Blue comes up with the victory. And it was a close game the whole time, but seemingly down the stretch, it just got out of reach. And a big reason for that, Chris Bonner, what do you have, 5 threes today? At least 4
Something
threes
like
from downtown.
Him, Gordon. Gordon played extremely well as well. PJ Scalisi does all the little things as per usual.
And they set a tone defensively,
Stephen Bradley
too.
towards the end of the game as well. Had some nice baskets. But a lot of good basketball tonight from both these guys. So both these crews, excuse me.
And a shout out to St. Peter's just for for using the facilities, and Mark DeCristoforo. Hopefully after this, Mark can take some of the funds and buy a sweater that fits, that gets past his waist. And,
Or some new rims for these baskets. It looks like they're the ones that opened the gym up in 19.
that might be the part of the magic dust there, Coach Elwell. I don't know if you change if you have a season like Peters has. I don't think you change much. That's for sure. Not from an on-court standpoint.
Very true.
Shout out to Charlie Donahue. Great job year one as our league president. Shout out to Doug Elwell as well to my right. It's been a great year. This is going to wrap up our basketball coverage, I would imagine. Although if there's something else popping off, we will show up.
Oh, shit.
Jake DeForest and Danny in deep conversation over MVP over here.
So here's where I'm at.
All right.
They don't know who the MVP is right now.
Oh, we're going to find out live like everybody else.
We'll
here.
wait till they're done and we can bring them up after.
I have been a coach for 22 years, and I do want to give a big shout out. I played high school. Well, I'll use the word play loosely, but I wore a uniform for Coach Tim Gannon.
On the squad.
I was also a bookkeeper. I was also a public address announcer. I eventually became the JV coach, freshman coach. But a mentor I learned a lot from Timmy Gannon. Now I'm a big part of the Jaques committee, handing out the jackets to these kids.
Tony Navarino as well out there.
So
I had Ray Magnuski, Victory Sports for life.
Yep.
Victory Sports for every customer's a winner.
I feel like what's going to happen is they're going to hand out T-shirts to all the kids.
Yes.
And then they're going to do that for the blue team.
Yes.
And then they're never going to announce who the MVP is.
They're also fleeces. T-shirts
So
they're wearing.
we
These
should
are nice
just
fleeces.
take an MVP for the Nobody Cares Sports Network. Because what does it matter? And talk to who we want from the broadcast.
It's your show, Dan. We can do whatever we want. I'm here all night.
I got nowhere to go.
We're doing what Danny's looking at me like you want me to pick. Whatever you want, Dan.
Dan, you can't go against the Warren Jaques committee. I think they shun you.
Oh,
For life,
I'm
if
getting
you-
kicked out anyway.
Well, it's great to see the competition today between the two teams. Chanod putting the pressure on Coach Woods here to pick an MVP.
I think Coach Woods should be the MVP.
Listen, the coaching staff looks great. Jaques committee, I'm a 2X. Doug's probably a medium. Not sure what Danny is, but I like shirts. So, just saying, next year would be nice. We could wear them and look all uniform and such.
We're going to keep it locked right now because I have pressed every single person in the gym for the MVP. And they're not telling me, so let's tune into the North Shore right now and find out.
Public address announcer DJ Medley. Mount St. Vincent's Alex Chip. Mount St. Vincent's very lucky to get a player his skill set, for sure, his energy and his effort. Great family.
And Bonner?
This kid can shoot it. I know he's a genius in the classroom, so whether it's academics or athletics, he's going to excel in a lot of areas. I have 61, baby. Always representing. Great job by Dante. Great 4 years of basketball and a bright future ahead of him. Doug, you pointed out. Give Muhammad Sarr and Doug Elwell a gym and a couple basketballs. You'll produce a stud. High energy. Don't know if he plans on playing in college, but if he's not playing in college, he will torment men's leagues for the next 25 years.
Yeah, he's going to be the reason why. Something like that. I'm not playing no more.
Kuko, another one. Whether he's playing in college, I'm not sure, but his energy is through the roof. And he'll put the work in the summer. Work to make himself a heck of a player.
Good showing by Karan Scott today. Like you said before, Ray, not a Staten Island High School League team yet, but, shout out today for his Eagle Academy team.
He showed out for his squad, definitely.
And so this young man as well, Saunders.
Eagle Academy represented as they should be. Well done by the committee. And we talked a lot about Scalisi today. Headed to RPI, just
Mr. Federation, they're going to call him for years to come. Mr. Federation.
Everything that's right about Staten Island basketball
can
be put into that kid right there. DJ Medley properly introducing as state champion. A really big deal in our league.
Listen, when you're the first team in the history of Staten Island to win it, it makes a lot of sense to do that.
Manhattanville, the beneficiary of his skills this summer. That's Manuelian going to Montclair State. He's going to throw some fastballs. Shot to my guy Bobby Mulligan, great baseball coach over at Farrell. There's Doug's guy, the point guard. He's got the skills, man. I hope he continues to play this great game.
With 14 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal is number 9, Jaques.
Yeah, there we go. So that answers our question, Danny. MVP Jack Gordon with 14 points.
Would have been who I picked anyway, Ray, so we would have got it.
Listen, either way, right? Shout out to Duffy's Club Forest. Jack's old man runs the joint. Jack played a fantastic game today. Danny's going to bring Jack over here. We're going to get a chance to have a few words with Jack. Looking forward to this. And joining us live in the booth is Jack Gordon. Jack, congratulations, bud. So, obviously you're familiar with the guys. You play the AAU, the summer, the travel. But how did it feel to get out there on a stage like this and enjoy the All-Star game?
It felt good because we've been competing all year. It's been tough matches like against the other PSL guys, even the Catholic school guys. So finally coming together to play together and, still be competitive. It's just fun.
Tell me, and on my last question for me, tell me about your future. I know you're going to Baruch, and I know that's my guy, Coach Alisi. So what's your plan for the summer, and what are you going to work on as far as your game goes to be ready for September and some big-time college basketball?
Yeah, well, Coach Alisi's actually in here. He was out here to watch. But for me, it's just a lot of getting stronger. That was my big thing this year. I'm trying to get to the rim, and sometimes I wasn't strong enough to finish. So I've just been trying to work on building muscle, getting stronger, for college.
Well, you've done a tremendous job. I watched you grow up, and you started off, you were a spot-up shooter, a damn great one. You evolved your game into something special.
Yeah,
Coach Elwell?
At the college level, Jack, what do you see yourself playing? What position do you see yourself playing?
I'm thinking a 2 or a 3 because
Nice.
I don't really play down low too much.
For sure.
I'm more of I'll make pull-ups, take jump shots, so I'm thinking more, 2, 3.
Well, keep doing what you're doing. You're going to have a great career there at Baruch as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, that's Jack Gordon. He's the MVP of this Jaques game. We wish you best of luck in college. Keep hooping, brother.
Hey, Jack, last question. Where's the best burger on Staten Island?
It's at Duffy's.
All right.
You know, proud sponsor of Nobody Cares Sports Network. Let's
Congratulations,
go.
Jack.
Thank
Great
you guys.
job.
Thank you guys.
Danny Chanod has another camera on us. I don't know where to look. I'm not sure exactly what's happening. Technology confuses me.
I know. We're
There's
out here,
Grandpa.
though.
There's
What a
Cormac
great
Gordon
day.
Sr.
Well, listen, man, we're wrapping up here.
You know
It's the
what?
36th annual.
Did you just hear that? You just see Jack's mom. That's what it's all about. You
So
hear it just
proud of you.
loud. I'm so proud of you. And
Can't
there's nothing
stop.
better than hearing something like that. Nothing
Well,
better.
He missed the team picture, but he missed it on account of being the MVP of the 36th annual Jaques game. And that's a great trade-off because he had a press conference to do. That's something
busy
that
man. Busy man.
Sometimes you got to do the press conference.
Hey, you
man.
know what? He could watch it on YouTube for years to come.
Absolutely, and I cannot watch mine on YouTube.
And the reason I can't watch mine either, I coached a JV championship team. I don't have any copies of that game, but these
Super.
kids, because of Danny Chanod and Nobody Cares Sports and Main Street Coffee, and Windows We Are, and Duffy's,
Local
and
Live
everybody
and
else,
all these great people.
Turnbow's
You said
family,
it.
everybody. Because of Danny Chanod, these kids will have this for life. Thank you again, Danny, for all you
Shout
did for
out to
Staten Island
Nicole
sports.
Malias. Shout out to Kadir Martin. Shout out to Christian Greeley. All these families out here did a tremendous job.
Yep.
36th annual Warren Jaques games.
And,
they've been doing it a long time,
And
Doug.
shout out to 2 MVPs, Brooke Corbett, Jack Gordon. Fantastic job.
Love it. Great stuff here tonight from New Brighton in Staten Island. Danny Chanod, Nobody Cares Sports. Ray Palma, Doug Elwell. Till next time, say it, Ray. Say it.
Nobody cares.
You
Main Street
said it,
Coffee, Main
mister.
Street Coffee.